What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Shayla T, and welcome back to another video. It's like my fourth video, so I'm excited, sip a little tea. But before we do that, before we, quench our thirst or whatever, I need y'all to do something now. Y'all know I ain't got no subscribers like that, so I'm gonna need you to subscribe. Hit the like button. I mean, if you dislike it, you can hit the dislike button. I want you to comment, share, but most importantly, hit that subscribe button. So now we got all that out the way. Here's the topic. So the topic today is, are you settling? Are you settling in your marriage? You know it's Wife Wednesday, so we got to talk about all relationship-ish. Even if you're not a wife, you might be a fiance, you might be a girlfriend, a baby mama, or you single and you just looking. So no matter what you're doing, are you settling? This is a real question because I got a bit of an update on Miss Lela Rochon. She is an actress who's married to director Antoine Fuqua. I'm going to link the video down below. I did a whole video on everything that was going on. She was involved in a scandal. Her husband was caught lip locking with Nicole Murphy, which is Eddie Murphy baby mama. So again, watch that down below if you haven't got all of the tea. But we're going to fast forward to now. The Now Network. So yesterday she was on a red carpet premiere. She has a new show. I'm gonna put that right there. And she's, involved in a new show, which is great. She got a long career. That is amazing. She was looking beautiful as ever. Okay, looking snatched, because it was a topic about, her appearance, but she was looking snatched. She was cute. So that's all good. But there's one thing we was peeping. We was peeping one thing. When people want to make a statement, they usually want to do that in photographs. They do that in videos, kind of make you look like, hold on, something's right there. But take a look at this picture right here, y'all. Tell me what you spot, because I spotted that big old rock on her finger. So you would think after all that, all that in the media, all his business put on Front Street, she was rocking a big old Colgate smile, and she was also rocking her rock on her finger, saying like, yes, I'm still with my husband, okay? And so the fact that she's, a couple weeks later flaunting her ring, and 20 years later, multiple children out of the marriages later, when does it become that, okay, I know it says for better or for worse, for rich or for poor, all of that jazz, but when does it become a settle? Because a relationship are supposed to be a two-way street, and sometimes you can settle. And in this situation, it's looking like Miss Lela is settling. So that brings us to today's topic. Are you settling? So, of course, we are just using Miss Lela as an example. She is not the end-all, be-all, and she's not the first person to take back her husband after infidelities, and she will not, be the last. But we're talking about settling. What are a few signs that you may be settling in your relationship? Now, sometimes settling involves losing a part of yourself. Now, I know, things is happening. Life is spinning and moving. You're working. You got kids, you're pumping out kids. Life is just happening. But if you are not allowed or not feeling like you can be yourself in your relationship, that is a sign that you may be settling. When you are losing yourself to your spouse and you are becoming what they want you to become, a replica of how they feel you should be, instead of listening to your inner self and really figuring out what it is that you want. Who am I? When you are just really losing yourself out here, that is a sign that you may be settling. Another sign is that you may be settling is when you're just letting stuff slide. Now, we're going to use Miss Lela as, again, she's not the end-all be-all, but we're going to use her as an example. I mean, this man, her husband, has had multiple children, not one, But 2 children outside of the marriage, you know, granted they've been married for 20 years. So, I mean, a lot is going to happen in 20 years. Okay, that's a long time. That's the big leagues. Okay, you know, I'm 3 years in this gang, but 20 years is deep. But does that mean you have to settle? When you are letting so many things slide, multiple babies, you know, cheating, now big headline scandals. Again, she's just an example. But when you start letting things slide that you are not okay with, or you feel are inappropriate or disrespectful to a union, the relationship that you have with your significant other, that is a sign that you may be settling. Letting a lot of stuff slide. I mean, now when you're talking about simple stuff like, you know, he don't wash the dishes like I like him to, or he don't be taking out the trash as soon as I tell him to. I'm not talking about the little things. I'm talking about big major things that can definitely impact a relationship, and you're letting it slide because you're scared to be alone, or you're letting it slide because you know you've been in this for 2 decades. When you are letting someone's shortcomings slide, and I'm not talking about the typical flaws, because we all have flaws, we're all humans, we all make mistakes, but when you are continuously letting things slide that you are not okay with, it sounds like, bro, you're settling. Okay, now I hear this one a lot. This one is major. So when you're giving up on your goals, your aspirations, your dreams. See, a lot of times you are maybe living out and supporting your significant other, supporting them fulfill their dreams, fulfill their goals, or you're just kind of maintaining and you're working and again taking care of these children, because this is hard taking care of these kids. Okay? It's just hard. But when you're out here just living life, but you're putting yourself on the back burner and you're not getting the support from your significant other, that is a major sign, okay, that you're settling. When you are giving up on what you truly want to do, what you truly feel you are put on this earth to do, your true goals, and you're giving those up to support your significant other, that is a major sign that you are settling, okay? Because when you come to your significant other and you say, you know what, today I want to do YouTube. Like, you should expect that your significant other is going to be like, look, what you need me to do to help? Or how can we, you know, work this into our daily lives? Because at the end of the day, you cannot give up on your goals, on your aspirations. And when you are giving those up for your significant other, that sounds like settling to me, girl. So another thing that could be like a red flag and make you think about that you might be settling, okay, is when you are ignoring your women's intuition, or if you're not a woman, just your intuition, that gut feeling, that that's something that's telling you something, okay? When you continuously ignore these signs from the universe, because that's what I feel like, who's giving it to you? The universe is giving you that gut feeling, that like that nagging urge, like something ain't right. Something ain't right. But when you keep ignoring it, like, nah, like Lela, for example, like you ain't had no time where you didn't call him up on the phone and you was like, hey, and he was like, let me call you back. Just the signs, the warning signs, that feeling, that woman's intuition, whatever you want to call it, when you constantly ignore that and there's something nagging, something that's not allowing you to truly feel like a real happy, something that's really kind of trying to tell you something, you need to listen, because that's usually a sign that you are settling. Your spirit, something in your spirit is trying to let you know, like, look, something in the water ain't clean, or something going on. Another thing that I think about when I'm thinking about settling is that you're not really happy. And of course, happiness is subjective. And of course, you're not going to be happy all the time. Like, if you're happy all the time, all the time, like, dang, let me know the secret. But of course, things are not going to allow you to be happy all the time. Everything's not going to be 100%. But when you are just scared to be alone, and that thought alone is making you stay in a situation where you're clearly not happy, you're clearly, this ain't it, that is a sign. That is another sign. Because you just don't want to be alone. A lot of people who are scared to be alone, they're scared of divorce, they're scared of being apart or what other people might think about it. And you're scared of all those things. So those things are stopping you from the next step or the next phase, or maybe confronting or letting your spouse know. That is a sign. That's another sign. These are all signs. Now, this is one of them things that your mama, your grandma, your auntie, your titi, a lot of people done told you, like, you keep thinking that man gonna change, he ain't gonna change, but it's so true. Lela as an example, the first baby he didn't had outside of your marriage, she might have thought like, okay, we're gonna work on it, but the second baby and then all the infidelities, you keep thinking somebody will change and they're not showing you or telling you or willing to change. That is a major part of settling. That is a major part, because a person is going to show you who they are. They're going to tell you who they are. And if you keep thinking, he going to change, it's going to get better, but he's not really trying to put in that work, or she, that's a classic settling sign. Classic sign, because a person is going to show you who they are. And if you keep thinking, that's you thinking that they're going to change, you hoping they might change. You don't know when that's going to be. A person can only change for themselves. And if they not trying to do that and you just waiting alone, like, I'm going to just wait. Like, how long you going to wait? You going to wait 20 years like Lela? So those are just some signs that you may be settling. It's the difference between settling and being comfortable, but you just got to know what works for you. Of course, will always work for you, but this is just an opportunity to kind of reevaluate, think about some things. And are you settling? And are you willing to settle? Have you settled? Let me know what you think down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Hey, no.